Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that the self is forgiving another self. It doesn't mean that the self, the me self, is forgiving life. True forgiveness is the end of the me self. It's the end of separation. It's the end of any identification with being punished, being wrong, being unloved, being rejected, being abandoned. So what does that mean when something has happened, something painful, something harmful, something abusive, something very unexpected, something traumatic, something, so on? It means letting it be. Letting it be. Letting it be doesn't mean burying your head in the sand or denying or numbing out. Letting it be means meeting the suffering consciously. There's no avoidance of suffering. The pain, let's say pain, the heartbreak, the loss. And most often, it's not that we can go directly there, but that we go through layers. Yeah, especially if it's something particularly shocking or unexpected, or a big loss or a big trauma of some kind. Yeah. Then we are invited to go through layers. And if you like, those layers are layers of acceptance of how we feel. Yeah. Because usually the shock, the trauma is an attempt, unconsciously, it happens, immediately, spontaneously, to not feel, because in that moment it's too much. To not feel, and the part of us is almost like steps back from ourselves, steps back from the experience in order to protect oneself. And that, in the moment, whether it's war or abuse or whatever, it is a natural response. But then the journey, the healing, the return is to go through the layers of feeling. And to meet those consciously. What does that mean? That's to meet with tenderness. And these may include rage and, all the different layers of emotion. If we allow ourselves to meet those layers with tenderness and be vigilant towards the tendency to blame either other, including life, or self. The tendency to blame or the tendency to judge, or the tendency to hatred, which is violence, inner violence or outer violence. But to meet tenderly rage and heartbreak and loss and pain and fear and whatever, those different layers are, and powerlessness and helplessness. Gradually we come to a place, there's the possibility of letting it be. There is nothing we need to do. We can't go back and change the facts. But neither is there anything we need to do. The return to wholeness, the return to peace, the end of suffering comes in this possibility of meeting these layers. With tenderness. This is meeting suffering consciously. And that is forgiveness. It's the end of me being a victim and identifying with that victim. It's the end of me holding on to the need to attack, the need to judge, the need to take up a position against life or the world or even the one who abused. The transformation is within you. It's not about the other. It's not about fixing, changing, and so on. It's about the change in you. You come to a place where that which kept you trapped, imprisoned, because we can be imprisoned by that which has taken place, that which has happened. We can get imprisoned by trauma. We can get imprisoned by injustice. We can get imprisoned by hurt. Or we can be free. And that freedom returns you to wholeness. That freedom returns you to love.